Om Sri Sai Ram. Premavahini Chapter 43. Let go the ego in order to reach the goal. Look at the blossoms in the garden. When the gardener plucks the flowers, the buds exult that tomorrow is their turn to be gathered into the garden's hands, and their faces are full of joy when they unfold in that hope. Do they feel any sadness? Do their faces droop? Are they any the less bright? No. The moment they know that the next day is their turn, they make themselves ready with great gusto and excitement. In the same way, be ready on the path of spiritual practice, enthusiastically remembering the name of the Lord without worrying and feeling sad that your turn is tomorrow or so because somebody died today. The body is like a tube of glass. Inside it, the mind is ever changeful and restless. Seeing its antics, death keeps laughing the bird. The individual soul, Jiva, is in the nine-holed pot. It is a wonder how the bird has a body, how it came into the pot, and how it rises up and goes. The gods, the sages, and people, Naras, of the 9 continents, Khandas, and the 9 divisions of the terrestrial world, Dvipas, are all undergoing the sentence of carrying about with them the burden of the body. Now, of these, who are the friends, who the enemies? When egotism dies out, all are friends. There are then no enemies. This lesson has to be remembered by all. People experience joy and misery through the ear. Therefore, avoiding the cruel arrows of hard words, one should use sweet, pleasant, and soft ones, and with that softness add the sweetness of truth. Making the word soft by adding falsehood only clears the way for more misery. A person who has become a spiritual aspirant should use very soft, sweet, true, and pleasant words. Such a person can be recognized by their good qualities. Thus, of those who have become spiritual aspirants, the mind, Manas, is Mathura, birthplace of Krishna. The heart, Hridaya, is the Dwaraka, Krishna's capital, and the body, Deha, is Kasi, Benares. It is possible to realize the supreme effulgence, Param Jyoti, at the seat of the 10th gate. But all efforts are of no avail if the heart is not pure. Look at the fish, living as it does perpetually in water. Has it rid itself of its foul smell to any extent? No. Inclinations, vasanas, won't disappear as long as one's heart is full of the illusion of egotism, even if one is immersed in many heart purifying spiritual disciplines. Such people, if they want to get rid of the feeling of I and mine, must worship the Lord Hari. They must become spiritual aspirants without likes and dislikes. Modifications, vikaras like these can't coexist in the same heart with the aspirant's nature. Light and darkness can never coexist at the same place, at the same time, right? One whose art is ruled by the group of 6 passions can have only ego, ahamkara, as counselor, mantri. Those who have such a counselor are worse than foolish, however great they claim to be as pandits, aspirants, or renunciates, sannyasins. Jai Sai Ram. Om Sri Sai Ram. Premavahini, Chapter 44. Pursue the path of good and godliness. Can a donkey carrying perfume become an elephant? Can an ass change into an elephant simply by carrying a bundle of sandalwood? It can appreciate the weight but not the scent. But the elephant pays no regard to the weight. It inhales the sweet scent, right? So too, the spiritual aspirant, renunciant, or devotee will take in only the pure truth, the pure essence of good activities, of godliness, and of the scriptures, Vedas, and Upanishads. On the other hand, one who goes on arguing for the sake of mere scholarship, learning, and disputation will know only the weight of logic and missing the scent of truth. Onlookers may praise one as the embodiments of the scriptures and Vedas, but where even the essentials are lacking, how can there be an embodiment? For those in search of the essence, the burden is no consideration. If mere reason is employed, nothing worthwhile is gained. Love, prema, is the one big instrument for the constant remembrance of the Lord. Keeping that instrument safe and strong needs no other appliance than the scabbard of discrimination, viveka. Many in the world utilize their vast learning in disputations and believe they are superior. This is a great mistake. If they really were so learned, there would not be so much disputation at all. They would assume silence as the honorable course, because those excelled in learning will have experienced the essence of the Vedas, scriptures, and Upanishads. They will see that the nature of that essence, its core, the purity of the Godhead it proclaims, are all one. However one may realize it, they know that God appears in whatever form he is taken to have, and that he manifests in action to anyone the feelings that the person associates with him. Jai Sai Ram. Om Sri Sai Ram. Premavahini, Chapter 45. Practice single-minded devotion and equanimity. What is important is not the acquisition of argumentativeness, but the acquisition of single-mindedness, equanimity, and freedom from likes and dislikes. Why have all these spiritual disciplines, this chanting, meditation, devotional singing, etc.? Isn't it for acquiring single-mindedness, one-pointedness? Once that one-pointedness has been earned, human effort becomes unnecessary. Its inner significance will then be revealed. So, those eager to become spiritual aspirants to attain salvation should not yield to arguments and counter-arguments. They should not be enticed by the wiles of bad feeling. They should see their own faults and not repeat them again. They should guard and protect the one-pointedness they have acquired. With their eyes fixed on the goal they are after, dismissing as trash whatever difficulties, defeats, and disturbances they encounter on their path. They must dwell on subjects that would give enthusiasm and joy and not waste valuable time building up doubts regarding all things, big and small. Jai Sai Ram.